Hey Rogues! How is everybody today? It's great to see you all. I have some hellos to say, and also I have been vengeanced upon. Hello, 16-bit Eric. It is good to see you. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. I am Puddleglum. It's great to see you, Mobius. Hello, Lord Portico, or Sword Portico, as we like to call you here. I think Shadows of Life. Hello, how are you today? Welcome everybody. It's great to have you here. Rykar! Thank you. You did some coffee shenanigans that have led to the as you may note here, the goal is at 100%. Thank you, Rykar. Oh, that's perfect, Eric. I can, all I can do in response is throw little daggers at you. Thank you. Wow. Oh my gosh, we're at 1600 for the August bits. Up above my head there. For now? Oh no. I am scared. I don't even know. Today is Sunday somehow. And Mobius, the little scheming kitty. It is Sunday somehow, and Sunday is the day of space, and so that means it's Mass Effect Day, and I couldn't figure out what tags to do, because tags are like all new, and you have to just make up your own now, and so I was trying to figure out what tags I should do for, the fact that Shepard is 100% committed to Kaidan. And I feel like there's got to be a tag there, but I didn't know what to do. So that hasn't happened yet, but I will consider. Rykar, it has been a while since we saw you here. And Eric, thank you. I love this community too. But we're so close. I thought, surely once we get Kaidan out of the hospital, we'll finally be able to begin the romance that we've been waiting for since Mass Effect 1. Nope. He's gone off on his own to be, his own person, which I suppose is ideal, but also, like, he was supposed to come back to our ship so that we could do the romance. I don't know Shadows of Life. I haven't seen anybody else do them yet, but also, like, the new tag system is, like, super new. So I'm sure I'll figure out exactly, because it's, yeah. I'll worry about that for next week anyway. So yes, we have met the coffee goal, which means I will be obtaining a desk that is actually a computer desk instead of a desk that is not a computer desk, which means hopefully I will have a desk that will be better for my ergonomics and less painful to sit at. So yeah, there's that, which I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna cross my fingers because as soon as I say this, something is gonna happen. But so far, we're 14 minutes since I clicked go live, and there hasn't been a black alert yet. And after yesterday, when 8 times the stream disconnected while we were trying to play Ultima, I'm hopeful that we'll be more stable today. Yeah, now I jinxed it. I am prepared, though. If it does happen, I have this now. So, if it does happen, at least, the graphic that goes with it has gotten a little more fun. Yeah, yesterday was really, really bad, and I really, I don't know what was different yesterday. No clue. But we got through it, and we almost unlocked the Shrine of Spirituality yesterday. We got the Runestone, but we got distracted by Murder, She Wrote mystery. So, next Saturday we'll continue with that. Today, we still have a bunch of quests, and eventually Kaidan will come back to the ship, and we'll initiate the romance that we've been working for, so that we, can save the universe. I don't know what we're doing. We're trying to stop the Reaper invasion, but really we're just trying to romance Kaidan. So we'll figure it out, but we'll do some quests today, or at least a quest. I'm going to shoot things, I imagine. That's usually what happens. I don't know. Tomorrow we'll have more Psychonauts. Because Adventures of Tony put it on the spin wheel. Oh, that's what I was going to do this morning. I completely forgot. So this is the spin wheel. I was going to update it this morning to make sure that the 2 new entries that are going on it went on it. I was also going to look and see if there was possibly another tool that would be nicer instead of me having multiple entries for the things that need to be on there more than once, or have extra weight to them. I forgot. Partly because there was a notification about a coffee donation that just completely distracted me. So, not a bad reason. And then Wednesday's archival collection is geology focused. So primarily Appalachian geology, but we'll get to see some cool schist and some nice, as well as I have to remember to bring the light box on Wednesday because there are some negatives in it that we'll want to be able to look at, as well as, you know, papers and documents and things. And I don't know, I haven't looked to see any highlights. I just know about like the negatives and images and stuff because I had to do like a promo graphic and was looking for things. But anyway, I hope that you're all having a good weekend. I hope that you're having a good Sunday/Monday, depending on where you are in the world. I am completely oblivious to anything that has happened outside of my apartment in the last 24 hours. So I don't know. Like literally streamed yesterday afternoon. I'm not sure what updates I can give, but I have been watching Star Wars in timeline order, and I'm nearing the end of the Clone Wars, and it's a very interesting way to watch Star Wars, to do it in timeline order, because you get the first two of the prequel films, and then you get all of Clone Wars, and then you get the third film, and I'm right at the end, like the literal end of the Clone Wars TV series, and oh my gosh, I love Ahsoka. I'm sure this is no surprise to anybody who's seen it. Anyway, I am going to move us into the game because usually it takes me forever to get over there, and I actually would like to go and shoot things in the Mass Effect universe. Oh, today is your Fate game! You might get to know what happens to your fighter ship, or to... You might get to know what happens to your fighter help our ship. I lost something in that sentence, but I'm excited that you get to play your game. Damn, these loading times. Yeah, these games take forever to load. I don't know why. Also, I think we're Elixiless today because I think she has one of her D&D games today, which is fine. Like, she's here literally every other stream. Okay, I'm moving you all over to my second window. And I'm going to move us to the Mass Effect screen because, hey, look. Game has loaded. You should, if everything is working correctly, which we know it wasn't yesterday's, so do let me know if this is not true, but you should have audio for the game. Ooh, thank you, Sword Portico. Don't go unprepared. Remember that F5 is your quick save option. Where possible, save while meditating in front of the fish tank at the Normandy Bay Aquarium. If the baddies get too close, tell them to F off with a melee attack. Also remember that Caden is watching you. Make good choices and use only the best armor and weapon protection before side questing. All right, where are we? We're in the ship. Wait, this is the space where Grunt used to be on the ship. That's right, and I think we did finish talking to Javik, our new shipmate. But let's check.
So much has changed, and yet the Reapers are still here.
Oh, fighter ships! I don't know why my brain wouldn't parse that. Okay, so this is a result of my unfamiliarity with Fate, and specifically your Fate game. I was not parsing that it was a science fiction adventure, and therefore I was not parsing fighter ship as a fighter ship. I was parsing it as like fighter, the D&D class, and couldn't figure out what you were saying. I actually like these little like... Okay, I'm distracted by decor again. We're just gonna move on from that. We were post mission where we just got Javik, literally just got Javik, and we were running around talking to people. It is Space Day, that is true.
You mean the biggest story in 50,000 years that I can in no way talk about?
So yeah, I've seen him. Just wondering.
Okay, reporter person.
Commander.
Did we already talk to you too? I don't know. Maybe we have. I forget where we started with our talking. We usually start on the command deck, so I'm sure we did, and that we just have the shuttle bay left.
Hey Esteban, for your shuttle being so stealthy and all, you sure do get shot at a lot.
Well, the UT-47A stealth systems only internalize heat and high-band emissions. So while few sensors can pick us up, our cover is blown as soon as someone looks up.
Time for an upgrade.
Most scanners and tracking systems don't operate in mid-range frequencies. Sure, maybe we've been shot at, but we haven't been shot down.
Yet. Lucky for us, you're almost as good a pilot as you think you are.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
I have noticed a I happened to glance over at the like preview, and I note that the flag is getting in the way of captions, game captions. I'm just gonna bump that down slightly. And also somehow the recent cheerer is the wrong color, like the text. No, the label text is all the wrong color. Well, it's not. It's because I took away the banner. Never mind. I'm distracting myself because I happened to glance over and see that words were covered by that flag. Anyway. I hope I have addressed the issue, and we'll find out. Hello, doggo. Cannot pet doggo. All right, Lieutenant Cortez.
Doesn't hurt to go over the weapon roster one more time. Shuttle's primed for the next drop. Shuttle's primed for the next drop.
Wow, people are super talkative right now, huh? I don't think I need to do this right now. I have 15,500 credits. I could upgrade weapons, but I could also shop. What for? I don't know. Acolyte 1. Wow, that's expensive. And there's a 10% markup because it's remote access to the Citadel. Designed for the Asari Resistance. I don't know what I'm doing here. Submachine gun ultralight materials 2 sounds nice. But why wouldn't I just go to the Citadel to buy this stuff? I feel like there was something we wanted to buy last week, and I didn't have the money for it, but I've completely forgotten what it was, so I saved money. Yeah, okay, let's just talk to James and visit the fish, and then see about a new mission.
I still can't believe it. A real... I bet the elusive man's boiling in his brandy right about now. Took that protein right out from under him. Do you hear that hum? Is that just me? Do you hear that hum? Is that just me?
Okay, really, really not talkative people today. Which is probably good. Otherwise I would spend... Hey, doggo!
Bad dog.
Bad dog? Why did I say bad dog to him? That's the first time I've been able to interact with the dog at all, and I say bad dog? What's that? What's that all about? Okay. Ooh, is our hamster here? Didn't we catch the space hamster? We did! Space hamster! How did the hamster get to the engine room from our cabin? Hi, Luna of Stars! 'Cause bad dog, yeah. Like, I don't know why it was bad dog. Shepard offloading his trauma onto the robot dog. Shepard probably could use a therapist. Wow, words. ANN alert. New article on Eden Prime. From Alliance News Network Information Partners, Alliance officials confirm a local resistance movement has successfully pushed Cerberus forces off Eden Prime. Cerberus attacked Eden Prime for reasons that remain unclear and set up facilities to occupy the colony. But after constant attacks from a united populace, Cerberus troops retreated. Alliance officials are sending in evacuation transports now to get colonists off-world before Reaper forces reach the colony. Quote, we owe this victory to the Alliance, Resistance leader Edward Crabb said in a prepared statement. The people of Eden Prime have always been ready to fight, but Alliance Intel gave us the tools we needed to push those Cerberus bastards off our planet. Many Resistance fighters have said they plan to enlist to support the Alliance. Jeffrey's tubes is how the hamster got... That does make sense, Shadows of Life. I had not considered that the hamster would travel through the Jeffrey's tubes. We need to upgrade the dog until he becomes the next incarnation of K9. Yes. From Liara to Sony. Shepard. I've been working on something I'd like to show you. Can we meet in your quarters when you have a moment? As long as you're just gonna show me your project, and I'm in my quarters, I don't know how I would... Oh, invite Liara. Have I done?
Liara.
Yeah, it's a mini giant space hamster.
Yes, I'll be right up.
This had better not be flirty. I think we've let it be known that we're not interested, but we'll see.
Thank you. Could we sit? I've been thinking about the knowledge we gathered on the Reapers and how easily it could be lost again. So, I put a plan in motion to preserve things for the future.
You've created an archive?
What's this?
A record of the galaxy. Information on the Reapers, relays, different cultures, and blueprints of the Crucible. But there's one entry I wanted your opinion on.
Which one?
Your own.
Why would I be mentioned?
I'd be honored to have your input. How would you like history to remember you?
It took you a minute to realize, could I show you this thing in your quarters? Could be interpreted as flirty? I was worried.
50,000 years is a long time for a computer to sit around.
Please, I was an archaeologist. I know what I'm doing. I'm encasing these records in time capsules and seeding copies on multiple planets. And while it's not foolproof, the VI I'm installing has every translation and linguistics program I could find.
So it's an information guide like Vigil on Ilos?
Yes, I've been preparing it for some time.
And it will be a privilege to guide the future discoverers of these records. Have you decided what you would like Dr. T'Soni to write in your entry, Commander?
Oh dear. I'm just gonna go with just be honest.
Put down the truth. Good, bad, don't leave anything out. Let history be the judge.
I'll give them the facts. Let me just delete all these breathless passages on your heroics.
What?
Are you writing anything I can't live up to?
I can't help myself. You're a good friend, Shepard.
Okay. We're on, we're on some eggshells here just because I think if I go with so are you, I feel like that's heading towards like the flirtiness. But nice to hear just seems rude and self-centered. But I definitely don't want the flirt. And I haven't figured out yet whether Mass Effect 3 lets me know when I'm flirting. Exactly, Puddleglum. I can't go with nice to hear, at least not on the first time through. Thankfully, we're at the very start of playing the game today, which means it's easy to reload. Nice to hear is just completely self-centered. And I would say Liara is a good friend.
You've been there for me too, Liara.
No, I haven't. I wish I could have joined you back on Ilium.
You made up for it.
Well, I suppose I did just write your name in the stars.
I'm very happy that that ended up not being flirt. It's just concerning, because it will activate flirtations without me knowing, or it has in previous games, and I'm like, no, that is not what I wanted. I like our fish, and I'm glad we have the auto feeder, but also I'm going to feed them. The auto feeder just means that they don't die when I forget to feed them. Okay, I think it's time that we figure out what quest we're going to do. Because I think we've done all the speaking to the peoples. So, I have 5 points to spend? No. No, I have 4 points. Oh, man. I remember that mistake. I guess I need to rebuy these, because I definitely had these before. And then we changed the ability. All right. I'm talking to myself now. Journal. Yeah, I remember in Dragon Age it letting me know. Like, hey, if you pick this option, it's a flirt. And that way I could, if I was trying to do the relationship, I could pick the flirty option. And if I was trying not to have an intimate relationship with one of the characters, I could avoid that option. It was very helpful, at least for me. Offensive mastery. Sounds like Chef is good at swearing. Indeed. Okay, so I don't know that there's anything new on here. I think these are all the same. Wait, we just did the DLC, right? That was a DLC quest that we did. My question is, did we... I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. So we've got N7 Cerberus attack. Cerberus has taken care of an old military installation, or taken control of an installation on Tachanka. So that takes us to Tachanka. Ada can traverse the Rachni. That could be interesting to do. More Tachanka. I'm sort of waiting on Tachanka because one of our main quest things is Tachanka, and I would like to really knock out some of the side quests. Arya on the Citadel. Batarian refugee needs the Pillars of Strength to improve his people's morale. Find the pillars in the Kite's Nest and return them to him at the Citadel refugee camp. Yes, Puddleglum. I'm sad that I can't just have it played every single time we play. Like, I want that song every week. And also, I have seen in the Mass Effect store And I remember from Amy's stream that there is a plushie of Morden that sings the song, but they're always sold out of it. So I have not yet been able to get that. All I have I'm knocking things over trying to reach a thing on my shelf rather than... It's fine. All I have is my Hanar. Yeah, oh, I need the Morden Solus plushie. And I've seen the plushie Elcor, and that one's also always sold out. I wish there was a better plushie Hanar, but when I saw this one, I had to get it because the Hanar are amazing, and I want more Hanar. Oh, yeah, the N7 cup and... one second. Yeah, the N7 cup that's back there, and the N7 mug that I'm drinking out of, and, you know, the SR2 cap that's on my head, and I have a couple t-shirts, and, I mean, I have merch, but when it comes to, like, more plushy type merch, I don't, all I have is the Hanar, because the Hanar are awesome. Anywho, I think this one might be doable. This Kite's Nest one. It seems one of the most straightforward quests that we have. Go here, get this thing, and return. Benning, evidence. Ambassador Dominic Osoba looking for evidence of his son lost during a mission on Benning. That one also seems fairly straightforward. Barlavan has provided the location of Shadow Broker forces trapped in the Dronic system. Inside the Krogan demilitarized zone. Recruit them. Irune, a Volus on the Citadel, needs the Book of Plenix to inspire his people. Recover. So these four seem fairly straightforward and doable. Don't even know where to look for these heating unit stabilizers. Wants General Oraka out of his way. Find a way to deal with Oraka. I'm not certain what the next step in it is in that one. Don't know where to look for the schematics. Don't know where to look for the schematics. Don't know where to look for Alex Garneau. And don't know where to look for the Prothean Obelisk. Or I guess it's in Shrike Abyssal. Right, so I don't know, I think maybe we try this one. The most straightforward one, the first most straightforward one in the list. Kite's Nest, Pillars of Strength. Find the pillars in the Kite's Nest and return them. We'll see. I think, though, there's still some stuff for us to do in the area of space that we're in. We have 100% of the assets here, but the other spot in system, over in Asgard, we're not done because we got ambushed by Reapers. All right. Thankfully, they're gone now. And we can actually scan. Was that not the right spot? Oh, it was. Alliance Naval Exploration Flotilla. War asset acquired. Not required. Acquired. All right. That's one more successfully. We're at 60%, and we've identified there's something at Boar. Lost and found 9 out of 10. Remains of Reaper Destroyer. Okay. Those are things we'll look at shortly. Oops. Oh, crikey. Dang it. Ah, run away. There's still something in Asgard. But I have to do a mission before I can come back and try for that. Because those Reapers are going to be there forever. Until I do a mission. Which means I'm totally going to forget that there's still something in Asgard. It's fine. Let's figure out where we're going. Kite's Nest. Find artifacts. There's a Reaper on this system. Worrisome. Those Reapers are really alert for things, aren't they? Indris Vular. Well, we've got a number of systems here. Let's look at Harsa and see what planets we have. We have Desda, Mona, nice little marble. Desda, a dwarf planet. Desda was explored in the beginning of the Batarian space age and mined for its unusual occurrences of uranium, which was rare on Karshan. Whether the planet has been completely mined out is unclear. Inaccurate data. Hi, Iron Trout. Welcome back. Whether the planet has been completely mined out is unclear. Accurate data on the planet was lost after a power struggle within the Batarian government. The Reaper attack has further worsened the information flow. Orbital distance 0.8 AU, orbital period 0.7 Earth years, radius 1,528 kilometers, day length 68.6 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 16.28 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 322 Celsius, surface gravity 0.28 G. Karshan. It is a lovely little big. A lovely little big green marble in space. I suppose little big would be medium, wouldn't it? Anyway, Karshan, the Batarian homeworld, is wrapped less in mystery than in outright lies. Batarian propaganda claims the world has 15 billion inhabitants and an economy that rivals the Asari. Although the legal slave trade does boost the Batarians' profits somewhat, Citadel sanctions have left a paper tiger of an empire, one that fights rivals through deniable terrorist actions rather than the wars of its heyday centuries ago. The Reapers will likely be the death blow to that empire. Almost no information has escaped Karshan since the Reapers destroyed the comm buoys, but Batarian refugees say that resistance has created a bond among the commoners. If a new government can rise from the ashes, that bond may sustain a new Batarian society. Orbital distance 1.45 AU, orbital period 1.7 Earth years, radius 5,222 kilometers, day length 18.5 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.62 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 33 Celsius, and surface gravity 0.96 G. We have an asteroid belt.
Something.
Ah! The Reapers. I fear the Reapers. Investigate. Wreckage. The wreckage of a fuel depot destroyed by enemy forces. Fuel can be salvaged from the debris. Recovered 300 units of fuel. Nice. I don't know if that's the only thing in the asteroid belt, but it was helpful. There's at least one unidentified thing in this system. The planet Varush. Varush is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Batarian monarch whose empire spanned continents. He had such a penchant for mating that 0.6% of modern Batarians claim to trace their lineage to him. The planet's moons are named after his many recognized wives. The largest, Bira, concealed Prothean ruins that helped the Batarians develop FTL travel. It is a Batarian point of pride that since the ruins were damaged by earthquakes, they had less information to go on than other spacefaring species. The Reapers have destroyed all obvious military outposts in Verush's orbit. The Batarians' notorious secrecy, however, may have allowed concealed subterranean facilities on Verush's moons to survive. Orbital distance is 5.4 AU, orbital period 12.6 Earth years, radius 53,150 kilometers, day length 11.4 Earth hours. And gets the cowbell. More cowbell. More cowbell. Weapon upgrade kit. Also, that was apparently an achievement to have done 10 of those. Let us see what the next planet has to offer. Ilum. Ilem. Not to be confused with Ilum, the Star Wars planet. A tiny rock and ice planet that is now missing much of its ice, Ilum was part of a grand project by a hegemony dictator known as Grabosht the Mad. His aim was to drop enormous chunks of Ilum's ice on the surfaces of otherwise uninhabitable desert planets in the hopes of creating sustainable lakes and seas. Wiser heads than he pointed out that diverting a comet was more plausible, but Grabosht executed those who disagreed with him. Grabosht's career was surprisingly long given his loose grip on reality, mostly because his projects employed large numbers of Batarians. Today, Ilum lies abandoned. Hegemony spy drones still orbit the planet, but it is doubtful anyone on Karshan is paying attention to what data they send back. Orbital period 11.3 AU, orbital period, or... Yeah, so that first one should be orbital distance, 11.3 AU, orbital period 38.1 Earth years, radius 2,179 kilometers, day length 42.9 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature minus 176 Celsius, and surface gravity 0.06 G. Yeah, I didn't catch it immediately. It wasn't until the second label was also orbital period that I had to stop and figure out this is orbital distance and this is orbital period. Because usually I'm just reading them and I'm not fully taking them in because I'm reading them out loud. And yeah, and that's just me. If I'm reading it, if I'm reading it out loud, I don't always retain what I'm saying. We're making the Kessel run in 12 parsecs! Because the parsec is a unit of distance. I love the little purple-green planets. Hi, wannabe Sayuri. Mobius. With really low gravity, getting the ice off the planet probably wasn't much of a problem. Speculas. Speculas is a relatively large rock and ice planet known for its deposits of magnetically active Periclase. Ooh, I know there are pictures of Periclase in the archival collection that we're going to be looking at on Wednesday, which interferes with some Starship scans. Conspiracy theories and pulp adventure claim that secret fortresses are concealed under the ice. The Reaper invasion force appears to have passed the planet by, which is likely the only insight that organics will ever have into the Reaper's literary taste. What? Sorry, Conspiracy theories and pulp adventure claim that secret fortresses are concealed under the ice. The Reaper invasion has passed it by, which says they don't read pulp adventure? I'm confused about what that has to do with their potential literary taste, but okay. Orbital distance 21 AU. Orbital period 96.5 Earth years. Radius 7,594 kilometers. Day length 49.9 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure trace. Surface temperature minus 194 Celsius. Surface gravity 1.18 G. I was not expecting the comment about literary taste. Yes, I see the Reapers. Where is Thing? There is Thing, but also there is Reaper.
Faster than light jump successful.
2 systems now that I need to return to collect things. The idea of pulp sci-fi adventures written by people in the Mass Effect universe. Absolutely, I think that would be wonderful. I would love to see, you remember how like in Star Trek Voyager, Tom Paris was a fan of like 20th century science fiction-y stuff, but mostly in the genre of like the I want to say Big Trouble in Little China era of movies, but I don't think that's exactly right. But you know, the chaotic holodeck things that he was doing, which are sort of like the movie equivalent of pulp. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool if somebody was just really into pulp. Super campy sci-fi. Yes. That.
Signal confirmed.
Hello there. But also, hello there, Reapers. Cholas. We're in Indris, and those Reapers were really alert. Flash Gordon era, yes, that. Or like Barbarella. Dixon Hill was detective novels, and I don't know. So I know there was pulp lesbian fiction and pulp science fiction in reverse order. Pulp sci-fi came first, and then there was pulp sci-fi, pulp horror, and as those pulp genres started to sort of die out in favor of other things, as it became less popular to publish like science fiction and horror stories in the like pulp magazine format, because they had become more mainstream and were moving out of crappy paper. What actually came in and started using the publishing resources that were no longer being used by science fiction and horror was lesbian fiction. And so there's a whole trailing, the pulp genre shifts from sci-fi and horror into lesbian fiction. I don't know that detective novels ever really were pulp. Dixon Hill was very noir. Big Trouble in Little... I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I do recall that it exists. Also, Barbarella is just weird, and it took me a very long time to actually watch Barbarella. Flash Gordon's exactly what... Yeah, Flash Gordon is what I was trying to think of. Forbidden Planet, yeah. So we have Cholas, or Hollis. Probably Hollis, I don't know. Hollis is a large rock planet wreathed in a haze of carbon dioxide and xenon. It was discovered by Batarian astronomers during the last century and first visited in the 2150s by hegemony survey teams. A small number of colonists lived in aerostat habitats above its oppressive cloud layer, harvesting carbon dioxide. No habitats can be detected now. It is likely the Reapers eliminated them or the colonists submerged into the scorching atmosphere in an attempt to hide. Orbital distance 0.7 AU, orbital period 0.7 Earth years, radius 9,813 kilometers, day length 8.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 103.93 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 494 Celsius, surface gravity 1.35 G. Whew. I will never, ever reach the speed of the Micro Machines guy. I don't remember what his name was, but he was amazing at being able to speak really fast. War asset acquired. Governor Grothan. Somebody. 80s version with the Queen soundtrack. I'm sure we can work it into our Mass Effect musical. Loud declarative statement. Gordon is alive. Or Gordon is alive. Yeah, sorry. It's not a declarative, though. It would be a loud interrogative statement, wouldn't it? Kamala? 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 I don't know if the... Anyway. Letters that could potentially say Kamala is a relatively small but Ezo-rich garden world recently colonized by the Batarians. In an unusually open gesture, the Batarians allowed immigration of free citizens of other species, so long as they came from independent colony planets such as those in the Traverse and Terminus, and retained non-citizen status during their stay. These strictures were small obstacles compared to the economic lure of Ezo, and soon the planet boasted spaceports and refineries that considerably enriched the hegemony. The planet enjoyed relative peace and prosperity, with the major lifestyle inconvenience being fresh water shortages due to a dry climate. The Reaper invasion has turned Kamala's cities from affluent oases into a living nightmare. Alliance intelligence suggests that early in the Reaper invasion, a high percentage of the planet's population was captured and converted to husk creatures for future offensives. The processing camps still run night and day, and the troop transports fly legions of cannibals every hour. Okay. For this reason, Alliance Command has put Kamala squarely in its sights for military strikes. Colony founded 2154, population 2,875,000. All population estimates are pre-invasion. Capital Ujon. Orbital distance 1.4 AU, orbital period 1.9 Earth years, radius 4,866 kilometers, day length 18.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 1.85 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 38 Celsius, surface gravity 0.924 G. Whew. You read spaceports as space sports? That would be cool. I am stretching. Thank you, Lord Portico, for the stretch and posture and hydrate. And which word did you think you weren't going to spell right? Noir? Okay. And when I stretch, you can see the rainbow phaser. Okay. My glass is empty, and I'm now going to I literally just had cola in it, and I'm pouring water in now, and that's just gonna be really yummy flavored water, but you know, whatever. I'll survive. Okay, next planet. I was gonna shoot things, but instead we're exploring, which is fine. Rumlat. Ooh, look at this one. This one's really... the artists that they have do, like, they make really pretty looking planets. Rumlat is a small rock planet with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and ethane. During the rush to exploit Kamala for... I have said it 3 different ways now, and I have no idea which way it's going to come out next time I run across that word. For Ezo and other minerals, Rumlat supported a small but steadily growing population. Since the system was bereft of a significant asteroid belt, Rumlat became the go-to location for second-tier miners looking for work. Its tin and gold industry was modestly profitable before the Reaper attack. Today, it is a wasteland, scarred by the craters of kinetic impact weapons. Orbital distance 2.5 AU, orbital period 4.4 Earth years, radius 4,526 kilometers, day length 62.9 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature minus 113 Celsius, surface gravity 0.71 G. All right, we have a thing that we found by scanning here. There's 2 more things in this system. We got some fuel. That's nice. I'm scared to scan because them's Reapers out there. But it seems like there's probably something to scan right about there. We'll do that in a moment. Wait, it says 100% recovered. Ow! There's not 2 more things in the system. We've already collected both of the things in the system. I'm silly. Look at this giant gas giant with the rings and the lovely green color. It's really, really good planetary art. Heba. The hydrogen-helium gas giant Heba has an unstable orbit, which over time has led to it clearing the space around it of asteroids and protoplanetary material. As a result, its rings are thick and quite visible. Orbital distance 5.1 AU, orbital period 12.9 Earth years, radius 58,278 kilometers, day length 16.9 Earth hours. I will scan, but after I look at this last planet, because we're totally going to alert the Reapers. Maklan is the outermost planet of the Indris system, a ball of rock and ice with a methane-argon atmosphere. Like Heba, it has an unstable orbit, but where Heba is believed to have formed closer to the star and gradually moved outward, Maklan is believed to have formed further from Indris and moved inward. Far in the future, Maklan may become a satellite of its gas giant neighbor. Orbital distance 9.3 AU, orbital period 31.8 Earth years, radius 3,763 kilometers, day length 38.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 2.71 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature minus 127 Celsius, surface gravity 0.55 G. Wow, my tongue really wanted to trip over apparently nothing to scan. There's a Caver Station? Caver Station. Alliance intelligence reports that there was once a sizable military space station trailing Heba that was tasked with arming and refueling ships to repel pirates, slave revolts, and foreign invasion. The Reapers wasted little time in destroying it during their conquest of Kamala. I've said Kamala, Kamala, and Kamala for that word, and I don't know which is right. All right, we'll go to Vular last, because that's the one that has what we're actually here for. Untrell. Survey says, Ezka. According to Batarian propaganda, the Batarian population exceeds the Council races. The Batarian military is the most powerful, and the Batarians' unlivable hothouse planets are the hottest and most unlivable. Their best proof of this last point is Ezka, which closely orbits the scorching yellow-white star Untrell. Ezka's nitrogen-heavy atmosphere might once have held oxygen, but if so, it burned off long ago. Even robo-miners don't care for Ezka. Although some modern mining equipment can withstand the heat, the machinery still gets stuck in the soup of molten light metals on the planet's surface. Reaper presence near Ezka seems light. Scans reveal wreckage orbiting the planet, likely destroyed hegemony surveillance drones. Orbital distance 1.2 AU, orbital period 1 Earth years, radius 6,372 kilometers, day length 30 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 78.43 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 1,144 Celsius. Surface gravity 1.33 G, 1,144 Celsius? That's a hot planet. Jeepers. I may not want to scan in this system again. Because we're more than halfway to having Reapers show up with a single scan here. Kloss. Kloss is a rock planet with almost no atmosphere to speak of. Consequently, the planet retains fairly little heat considering how close it orbits to an energetic star. The relatively mild temperature made Kloss attractive for robo-mining with an emphasis on platinum. The planet also has an abundance of sodium oxide used in the manufacture of lye, but profit margins on that compound are thin by comparison. The Reapers have destroyed the orbital stations surrounding Kloss and cut the strands of the space elevators that earlier generations of Batarians used to transport goods to orbit. Orbital distance 2.3 AU, orbital period 2.7 Earth years, radius 10,116 kilometers, day length 64.3 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature 88 Celsius, and surface gravity 1.26 G. I mean, 88 Celsius is also really freaking hot. Must be Oklahoma. I have not spent a lot of time in Oklahoma. I have been, just haven't spent a lot of time there. So I can't comment on the heat of the Oklahoma. I did, before I got the job where I currently am, apply for a job in Oklahoma. And kind of glad I didn't get it, but let's see. ADEC. I did the on-campus interview there. I made it through the phone interviews and had an in-person interview and then wasn't hired, but somehow closer to the sun than anywhere else you've ever lived. Okay, so where I live right now is literally closer to the sun than anywhere else that I've ever lived because we're at elevation. And after I moved here, I was like, why am I sunburning faster? Why do I feel like I'm burning to a crisp if I stand outside in the sun for 15 minutes and talk to somebody? And so I did some research, and at higher elevation, there's less atmosphere between you and the sun, and therefore the sun feels hotter and can burn you faster. And there's actual scientific evidence to back this up. And so it wasn't just in my mind. Literally standing outside in the sunshine and talking to people feels hotter here than anywhere else I've ever lived. And it's because there's enough of a difference in the amount of atmosphere between me and the sun. There's enough elevation to have a minimal but perceptible difference. Oh yeah, I if I had gotten that one, it was very much intended to be a 3 years and they help you find a job somewhere else. It was like they needed to attract people to come and work there, and so but yeah, anyway. When you move there from Maryland, you couldn't believe how much worse the sun effect feels and you grew up there. The other issue here, besides, okay, so the sun feels hotter. I'm at elevation, and my eustachian tubes don't like elevation changes, and at this elevation, they just don't work as well. There's an abundance of skunks, which means they get hit a lot by cars, and therefore I get to smell them much more often than anywhere else I've ever lived. And we're near a national forest that is essentially a temperate rainforest and has a lot of tree pollen all year round. And so even people who have never had any sort of allergy issues have allergy issues here. Yeah, there is a reason they need to attract people. Okay, I'm gonna read about Adek. Adek is a brutally hot and wet garden world covered with molds and lichen analogs. It has many viruses and bacteria lethal to Batarian physiology. The hegemony colonized Adek early in its expansion, but few of the colonists wanted to stay. The result was domination by a class of landed slave owners. A small cadre of well-paid engineers and skilled laborers kept the planet's mechs and infrastructure functioning. Alliance estimates put the planet's Batarian population at just over 6 million, but that number has likely fallen since the Reapers arrived. Orbital distance 4.5 AU, orbital period 7.3 Earth years, radius 5,075 kilometers, day length 58 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.45 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 60 Celsius, surface gravity 0.78 G. Enjoy your lurk, Puddle Glum! Alright, there's an asteroid belt. Nothing's pinging on it right now. Asteroid belt makes me feel like there's probably something in the system for us to find and that I'm gonna need to ping, and I really don't want to ping because the Reapers are gonna come. Uza. Uza is very pretty. Uza is a methane-rich gas giant. The wreckage around the Helium-3 infrastructure is unusual. It looks as if fleeting Batarians tried to sever the collection equipment and take it with them when they were attacked. No Reaper ships, functional or otherwise, are immediately detectable, suggesting that the Batarians may have actually turned on one another. Orbital distance 18 AU, orbital period 58.7 Earth years, radius 37,445 kilometers, day length 14 Earth hours. Hi, dearie, how are you today? I no joke, I've been avoiding doing it, but I have wanted for a long time to visit like the wiki and grab like screenshots or grab I want wallpapers of all of the planets in Mass Effect because they're gorgeous, but I've been trying to avoid spoilers. Run from the Reapers! Alright, I don't know that there's anything to find in Untroll. We have arrived in Vular. We have basically no fuel. I don't know what this means for us. Alright, Vular. Urzbot. I feel like in order to pronounce this word correctly, I need to go back to Elisa's Twitter, where she had a video demonstrating how she wanted her name to be pronounced, which has that sort of SZ sound in it. Anyway, Urzbot. was a wealthy Batarian colony rich in farmland, minerals, and manufacturing infrastructure. Little recent information about it has escaped this section of space, but radio traffic from the planet paints a dire picture. Indoctrinated Batarian officials are offering rewards for every living body brought to the labor camps, slave or not, with the state apparatus at their disposal. Reaper units are coordinating house-to-house hunts for resistance members and paying those who turn them in. Government propaganda dismisses the smell of the processing ships as a natural byproduct of Reaper energy consumption. Columns of dust from annihilated cities tell the story of those who disobeyed. Orbital distance 0.9 AU, orbital period 1 Earth years, radius 4,187 kilometers, day length 59 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 1.37 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 41 Celsius, surface gravity 0.76 G. Huh. Sorry, Mobius, I don't know. I watch on tablet a lot, so that for me, my iPad works well for watching Twitch, but Twitch experience is very different depending on what platform you're looking at. There are plugins that work great on a computer that don't function at all on mobile, such as the one doing captioning for my stream currently. Also, those captions also don't show up on Apple TV. I originally started using it because other people use, and Guzman was sort of the pioneer for captions, like, and so I like supporting the work that he's done in order to get it implemented. It now supports more browsers, things like that. But there are captioning extensions and things. Now that I'm using OBS instead of Streamlabs, I could actually set up actual captions that integrate into Twitch's caption system and do that instead. The problem, and the reason I don't do that, is that the way that I stream on Wednesdays for the archives stream would not be able to use that because they don't use OBS for that. So that's why I've stuck with whatever this is called. What is this called? This is Stream Closed Captioner. Wow, it took me 3 times to say that. Anyway. That said, I could just use Stream Closed Captioner for Wednesdays and use built-in captions using the Twitch closed caption option for my other streams, and then you would be able to get streams on mobile, which might make it worth doing. Azimir. A brilliant red planet. Azimir is a hydrogen-helium gas giant whose gravitational pull perturbs the orbit of 2 nearby asteroid fields, adding momentum so that asteroids shatter during collisions rather than accrete into planets. Debris from a great battle can be seen here. Batarian naval ships, merchant ships, and a few Reaper destroyers have been pounded into wreckage. It appears that the Batarian Navy tried to defend the Helium-3 refueling stations, giving civilian ships time to escape the system. Orbital distance 3.6 AU, orbital period 6.2 Earth years, radius 53,592 kilometers, day length 15.5 Earth hours. Wow. So many words of the talky kind that I should do like vocal warm-ups before doing Mass Effect because there's so much reading when I read about the planets. My lips and tongue get tired by the end of stream, and we're not even at the end of stream. And I'm starting to trip over words, and I didn't mean to exit the system, but that's fine. I was trying to peruse this outer asteroid belt to see if anything pinged And I did the exact same thing because I got distracted by a fruit fly. Anyway, I scan. Hi, Reapers. No! Shoot! I didn't mean to do all of that scanning. Let's just go to Vanna and search for these artifacts. Vanna, incidentally, the channel we raided at the end of stream yesterday. A large rock planet, Vanna is covered in prodigious amounts of dry ice, leaving only thin traces of gas for its atmosphere. Uranium deposits drew Batarian miners to Vanna long ago, and when that was exhausted, they moved on to its magnesium. The Reapers have exterminated the colony here, punching holes into the domed cities and leaving its occupants to asphyxiate. Orbital distance 13.3 AU. Orbital period 44.4 Earth years. Radius 10,925 kilometers. Day length 41.4 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure trace. Surface temperature minus 192 Celsius. Surface gravity 1.39 G. Wait, I thought... What am I doing wrong? Do I not get to land? It says find artifacts. Do I... What have I missed?
I found something.
Oh. Dang it. Okay.
Eluded.
I know doing a mission will get rid of the Reapers, but if I like go to the Citadel and land, will that get rid of the Reapers? I wonder. I'm out of fuel. And yet I made it here, and I just got attacked. I got caught by Reapers. What am I supposed to do?
Faster than light jump successful.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I managed to get there and jump through the gate. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try just landing at the Citadel. We could do this go to Dock 42 thing. I need to clear that system of the Reapers because I need to go back there. Also, I have no fuel. I'm gonna have to go to a system where I can refuel at some point. Unless they refuel me at the Citadel, I wonder. Dock 42.
Are you Bray?
The great Commander Shepard. And me without my autograph book.
Save it. Just take me to Aria.
Follow me.
So where is she?
Shepard.
This all seems kind of sketch.
Aria. How dramatic.
There are too many eyes and ears in Purgatory.
Please tell me I'm not driving.
Omega.
This is about your rumor, Shepard. Cerberus controlling the Terminus system seriously bolsters their mobility. Since taking Omega...
This is the start of a DLC?
Surely the Alliance has noticed.
Cut to the chase. What's your plan?
Kick them out. I've amassed a fleet of merc ships we're going to punch through enemy lines.
Hi. I think we're up and running again. So, thank you, Portico, for the Hanatel command, and I think we can stand down Black Alert now. But, we have the bouncing trash fire that is my internet service preventer. So, enjoy. My ISP is, yeah, very much an internet service preventer. So... All right. Okay. Thankfully, I don't think you missed much. Just the end of her sentence or whatever, but all you really need to know is that he's a merciless bastard.
What's your intel on the occupation?
Petrovsky's army is massive and he's got Omega locked tight. The information stops there.
So you're winging it?
Not at all. There are secrets on Omega only I.
The fleet is hidden in this system. Signal me when you're on your way. Ari and I will meet you on the command ship. Can't wait to see what all the fuss is about.
I never in my life thought that I would want desperately to become a customer of Comcast. But living here, with my current internet service, I can't wait for Comcast's Xfinity to actually finish laying their own infrastructure in the area and to have the option to switch providers to a provider who just installed service and will hopefully provide me with better service. I don't know about Starlink. That's a satellite internet, isn't it? I suppose it would be potentially possible, but I live in a very, very, very rain/storm prone area. So satellite just seems like a bad idea here, unless they've significantly improved satellite's capability to deal with weather. So I don't know. It hasn't been bad for a while, and then yesterday it was really, really bad, and today these are the first two, and hopefully that's all we get. You have a friend who has it and it works really well? I'm not opposed to looking into it at this point. I had not considered it. I don't know availability here, but I can check. A lot of the problem here is that they do not offer more than 10 megabits per second upload, which means if there's any disruption, it's disruptive. If I had a higher upload speed available, the disruptions would be less disruptive. Because I get interference on the line. And when I only have 10 megabits per second up, interference can kill my entire upload. I had a higher megabit per second upload speed, that interference would be less meaningful as far as I could afford to lose some without it killing everything. I came here because there's a fuel depot, not because I'm doing the missions here. Oh, stopping at the Citadel does fully refuel us. That is good to know. I think that should have counted insofar as accessing these places that there were Reapers. I'm gonna try. Apparently not. Was that not? Why did that not count? Initiating that and having that lovely cutscene didn't count. The Reapers are still fully alerted, which sucks. What happens when all of the places I can go have fully alerted Reapers and then I can't do anything? Minos Wasteland, Crescent Nebula, Shrike Abyssal. I'm trying to remember. Missions have to be done to progress. Yeah, but I started that DLC. I got the intro to it. I wish that had counted. I think... Did, you all said Shrike Abyssal is also a DLC, right? Or I might not be remembering things. I don't know. Kaelston Rift. Scan for Dr. Garneau. Sure. I don't know. I just want to actually get to do something instead of running from Reapers the entire stream. We are in the Baylor system. It has a really, really pretty planet at the center. Cernunnos, which is this gorgeous, like, lavender and like seafoam green mixed together with some whites and some darker purples, and it's just really pretty. Cernunnos is a sizable gas giant with high nitrogen content. It is believed to be an extrasolar capture due to its close stellar location. In a rare phenomenon, it is near enough to its red dwarf star to be within the life zone, although its massive size prevents the tidal lock that usually occurs at this range. While nothing could survive on the surface of a planet with such crushing gravity, Cernunnos' moon, Kaelston, has life. Cernunnos was skimmed for its abundant hydrogen, and refineries on Kaelston processed it into metastable metallic form for use as starship fuel. The Reapers have since destroyed this operation. Orbital distance 0.07 AU, orbital period 31 Earth days, radius 49,231 kilometers, day length 17.0 Earth hours. Interesting that their description comments on the crushing gravity, but gravity is not one of the stats that it gives us. Mark Mears should voice the planet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is what they're trying to say. Rogue planet that got too close and was captured. Kaelston. Wow. That orbiting moon is really far away from the planet. A red marble. See, we're getting all of our marbles on stream today. Kaelston is the largest satellite of the gas giant Cernunnos. Ancient asteroid strikes deposited major loads of element 0 within the molten sulfur mantle. Eldfell Ashland Energy's mining operations made it the largest source of Starship Drive core material in the Attican Traverse, which threatened Kelston's native biodiversity with industrial waste. Kelston is racked with volcanism due to tidal stresses from Cernunnos. Because of weak solar output, plant-like life on Kelston is not carbon-based and photosynthetic, but silicon-based and thermosynthetic, requiring heat rather than sunlight to power chemical reactions. These organisms flourish in volcanic vents and during solar flares, when Baelor, Kelston's sun, can double or triple in luminosity. Oxygen-breathing habitation is not possible outside its many domed cities. Those cities are now feasts for the Reapers, who drove off Kelston's protective fleet and now threaten to puncture domes to force the population into submission. Colony founded 1975 CE. Population 1.8 billion. All population estimates are pre-invasion. Capital, Sineu. Orbital distance 0.07 AU, orbits Cernunnos. Orbital period 21.5 Earth hours around Cernunnos. Radius 6,600 kilometers. Day length 21.5 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.9 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature 30 Celsius and surface gravity 1.2 G. I'm waiting to initiate scanning procedures because I'm afraid the Reapers will come. Elatha. A tiny rock planet, Elatha is noted for its frigid temperatures and crushing nitrogen and krypton atmosphere. Lying out beyond the Fomor belt, there is little to recommend it. Orbital distance 5.5 AU, orbital period 23.6 Earth years, radius 1,812 kilometers, day length 57.3 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 43.34 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 72 Celsius, and surface gravity 0.1 G. And one more planet known as Partholon. Partholon? Partholon. A large planet composed of ice surrounding a rocky core. Partholon retains trace gases of nitrogen and carbon monoxide. Its crushing gravity makes for an inhospitable stay and mining largely infeasible. However, its orbit's proximity to the mass relay in the system means space travelers will, for the next few years, use it for a gravitational slingshot to add speed on their way to and from Kelston. Orbital distance 11.2 AU, orbital period 68.6 Earth years, radius 11,921 kilometers, day length 28.2 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature minus 236 Celsius, surface gravity surface gravity 6.6 G. Ooh. I got close, but just got really trippy on the tongue there. Ah!
Reapers eluded.
Literally, I'm not accomplishing anything because the Reapers keep showing up everywhere I go because I have to scan and then they come. Ninma cluster? Investigate missing scouts? I wish there would... I feel like I don't know. I wish there was an easier way to clear the Reapers out of the system so I could finish the thing. I'm sure it was designed intentionally for a reason. The way that it is designed. Probably meant to induce frustration. Maxim Zul is the name of this system. We have to go to Mullazul for the objective in this area. The planet Swen. Swen, the Rachni homeworld, is tidally locked to the system's red dwarf, with one side constantly bombarded by the sun and the other completely frozen. Life evolved in the Terminator, the perpetual twilight zone between Swen's two extremes. The Rachni mainly foraged underground. Swen's abundant subterranean rivers presented them with a place to thrive. Wrestling with the engineering problems of Swen's extreme surface environment may have given the Rachni their first insights into how to build interstellar spacecraft. Suen was the site of the last battle in the Rachni Wars. When Krogan forces bombarded the planet, the Rachni abandoned their surface buildings for the security of their tunnels. The Krogan, resistant to Suen's toxic atmosphere, carried weapons of mass destruction into the secret chambers of the Rachni Queens and detonated explosions so powerful the sinkholes are still visible today. Orbital distance 0.3 AU, orbital period 0.3 Earth years, radius 3,029 kilometers, day length 0.2 Earth years, atmospheric pressure 0.88 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 40 Celsius at the Terminator, gravity 0.71 G. And then a tiny little marble over here. Kashaptu is the first terrestrial planet the Rachni visited after achieving spaceflight. Although most of Kashaptu is composed of silicate material, although most of Kashaptu is composed of silicate minerals, the Rachni made an important discovery when they charted the Howling Gulf, an enormous crater near the planet's equator. The depression was caused by the impact of several dozen extrasolar asteroids containing large quantities of element zero. The Rachni took samples of the new element back to Suen for further study. Centuries later, when the Rachni captured the Citadel expedition that opened the relay into their system, their research on EZO helped them reverse engineer the ship's FTL drives. The Rachni built faster-than-light vessels of their own and rapidly expanded beyond their own stars. Orbital distance 2.2 AU, orbital period 6 Earth years, radius 1,258 kilometers, day length 52.5 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.8 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 462 Celsius, surface gravity 0.24 G. Oh boy. Next. Damkayana. Damkayana, as the main source of helium-3 in the Maxim Zul system, is orbited by abandoned recovery stations that the Rachni built during their days of conquest. Because the Rachni trusted in their high tolerance for radiation, the stations were poorly shielded against cosmic rays and have deteriorated over time. The Citadel species built their own stations during the Rachni War, several of which have been maintained to this day. Orbital distance 5.6 AU, orbital period 24.2 Earth years, radius 27,231 kilometers, day length 8.7 Earth hours. Just breathe for a second and not try to read things quickly, because apparently that is a thing that is causing difficulty for my tongue at the moment. And wow, those Reapers are just everywhere, ain't they? Right. Listening post X19. Listening Post X19 was built shortly after the Rachni Wars, just in case any Rachni survived the annihilation of Suen. The post orbits the mass relay and is still manned and maintained, although today it largely exists as a customs checkpoint for researchers studying the Rachni homeworld. Among members of the Council, militaries being assigned to the station is seen as a form of punishment or exile, considering that there have been no signs of sapient life on Suen for over 1,000 years. Station length 332 meters, mass 106,000 metric tons, and population of 340. All right, let's go to Mulazul. And maybe get a mission to actually initiate so that we can go back to trying to scan these places that need scanning and collecting things that need collecting and all that kind of stuff. Shadows of Life, that would be a cool game. Honestly, I would love to play in the Mass Effect universe as something other than a human. Maldor. The Krogan surveying team that first reported back from Maldor said in characteristic understatement that the planet had a bit of the good stuff if you can get past a little acid. Although Maldor's mineral wealth includes uranium, iridium, and other heavy metals, miners must contend with crushing gravity and atmosphere, boiling temperatures, and clouds of sulfur dioxide. As such, once the planet's most accessible ores were depleted, the mining interests that exploited the planet quickly departed. Orbital distance 0.9 AU, orbital period 1 Earth years, radius 8,356 kilometers, day length 36 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 52.73 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 361 Celsius, surface gravity is 1.88 G. There is the Mass Effect 5e system that people have created, but that's not quite the same as playing a video game. I'm not saying that I wouldn't enjoy doing it. I'm just saying it's not the same as playing a video game. Kef. Kef is a hydrogen-helium gas giant. Records show that the planet should have a helium-3 mining infrastructure, but scans find nothing of the sort. There are neither abnormal heat sources nor space junk from destroyed refineries. If the infrastructure was removed, it was removed entirely and within the last few years. Orbital distance 5.8 AU, orbital period 15.7 Earth years, radius 70,912 kilometers, day length 17.6 Earth hours. And why would you throw a frickin' mystery at me like that we're not even allowed to investigate? Apparently there's nothing in this system to scan, so the Reapers aren't here. Utuku. Oh, look at that one. It's really pretty, like a coppery brown with these like wispy sort of acid yellow clouds. Although Utuku is habitable, extreme temperatures and violent weather have discouraged colonization. Because the planet has little liquid water to retain heat, surface temperatures regularly oscillate between 70 Celsius and minus 60 Celsius. Utuku's vegetation is notable for having evolved flexible central stalks to survive high-speed winds, as well as leathery leaves to shrug off the planet's frequent sandstorms. Animal life is mostly confined to the planet's small oceans. Utuku has few valuable minerals. Orbital distance 1.7 AU, orbital period 2.5 Earth years, radius 6,865 kilometers, day length 64.2 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 2.2 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 10 Celsius, surface gravity 0.82 G, and we are going to land! I'm excited by the fact that we're actually going to land on a planet and do something! Sorry. I enjoy reading the planetary entries. I'm just frustrated because I've tried to do multiple things today as far as like side quests, and I've even successfully found the things but couldn't collect them because the Reapers came. These Reapers are really making things difficult. All right, we're bringing James. Who else should I bring? Edie, Liara, Javik, Garrus. I think we're gonna bring Edie. I don't have any particular reason to bring anybody, so I think we're gonna be good with these two. Am I currently looking at my weapon loadout? Assault rifle. I've been enjoying that assault rifle. What's the new one? Oh, the new one is the heavy one. That I cannot make lighter. Yeah, sadly, that's not what we're going to take into battle because too heavy. We're going to stick with this Avenger for now. We have the Viper. And the Predator's been doing good. I've been good with those. Weapon loadout for James. Let's see what... I think you could do the wonderful particle rifle. Yes. Precision scope. Accuracy by 15. Damage. Extended barrel, yeah. Boost the damage. Piercing mod. Magazine upgrade. I think we'll do stability. And then we've got shotguns. That scimitar is quite attractive. Let's look at mods for this. High caliber barrel. Boost damage. Shredder mod. Sure. Let's do high caliber and shredder. Alright, and then Edie. Edie's all about the pistols, and I don't think we have much choice. I'm gonna do the Scorpion. Let's look. Scope, barrel, magazine upgrade, ultralight pistol materials, cranial trauma system. Alright, let's compare. Capacity goes down a lot. Fire rate goes down a lot. Damage goes up a lot. Accuracy goes up. I think, sure. Sure. Confirm. No new points for me to assign me. Oh, I was supposed to assign points for them, though.
Any updates, Commander?
Our backup is waiting for us at the drop point. Arlac Company, Krogan Commandos.
That's correct. They are an accomplished unit, made famous for their decisive action liberating a colony from Batarian pirates.
Good to hear. Other than that, there's been no word from a team of Krogan scouts since they went through the Rachni relay.
There are many reasons that communication with the scouts could be disrupted.
We don't know much.
I mean, the reason to bring
no
Edie
Rachni activity has been reported.
is Trisha Helfer's voice.
Still, it's troubling there are rumors at all. It's been years since you released the last Rachni Queen on the condition she'd disappear forever. Her race was all but extinct. She would not risk annihilation by starting a war.
She wouldn't.
You're telling me you let a Rachni Queen go? Are you kidding?
No. It was the right call. Just be ready for anything.
Yeah, shuttle just arrived. You better get moving, Team 2. See anything, let me know.
Grunt?
Shepard?
It's Grunt!
Shepard!
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Didn't those idiots lock you up?
Honestly, I'd rather have
They
Rex,
did.
but
Put me in lockdown to keep the Batarians off me. Didn't want problems with the Council while they prepared for war. But the situation changed.
Yeah, they got bigger problems, all right. That's why I'm out here running Arlac Company. They're tough, think they're invincible. Reckless, but effective.
Sounds familiar, Grunt. How did you go from being new and unproven to your own command?
how did he not?
Easy. When Rex put Arlac Company together, he needed a leader who represented the future of our species. Thanks to you, I completed my rite of passage on Tuchanka and became part of Clan Urdnot. I was an equal, and being the strongest, I was chosen to lead this honored company.
I bet some didn't like a tank-bred Krogan being in charge.
I collected a few scars earning my place here. These Krogan respect me.
You were a pain
I
in the ass.
like having Grunt around.
Krogan are half the soldier you are. We might make it out of here.
Glad you're here to crack some heads, Shepard. Hard to believe this.
Honestly,
might be
it's always
Rachni.
good having a Krogan nearby.
It's crazy. The Rachni. Chance to face the old enemy? Impossible to resist.
We don't know if the Rachni had anything to do with this. We're here to find the scouts. I didn't see any signs of activity during our approach.
Agreed. but this place smells wrong. Like a bad wound. Our scans show the tunnels down there lead to a large central point. If we're lucky, it's a nest.
Tunnels?
Rachni have nests?
You, James, you're in for something, aren't you?
Grab what you need, Shepard. Meet me at the scout camp ahead.
Sounds good. Take what you need and move out.
All right. Take what you need. There's nothing to take. You lie to me. Well, maybe there's something in here. Hello, salvage now. Get in my backpack. I'm gonna take you with me because Claymore. I don't think I'm gonna be able to carry this, but yeah, it's a class of weapon that I don't use currently and don't have the weight capacity, I think, to even, yeah, definitely do not presently have the weight capacity to carry a shotgun. So nice that we got a Claymore. Won't be using it right now. You know, I should maybe save. Since I have not saved at all this stream. Okay. I want to know what's up there. It wants me to go down there, but I want to go up.
Here, Commander?
I don't know, Lieutenant. Keep your weapon handy.
Always.
Hello, Krogans. Hello, Krogan. Well, hello, Krogan. Hey, they give us a weapon bench. So I could do weapon loadouts and I cannot, yeah. Capacity goes down, fire rate goes down, damage goes way up. We're gonna give James a Claymore. High caliber barrel. Blade attachment. No, we're doing high caliber and shredder mod like we had before, but this time with a Claymore. Also, I remembered now I'm supposed to do some level ups on these two, because I forgot to do that. All right. Ooh, submachine gun, high caliber barrel.
Wish it would stop creaking.
James, are you afraid of heights? It's okay if you are. Just don't let it affect your performance.
Ready, Shepard. We're right behind you. You ready to go?
What did you do after the
We're
collection?
gonna have a nice little chat.
I spent most of my time back on Tuchanka learning what it was to be Krogan. In the lab where I was created, the lessons were like fighting with practice weapons. They had no bite, no impact. I needed the blood and pain. I made mistakes, but I learned.
Tell me more about this company.
Arlak means Eye of Wrath. We are named after the fierce Tuchanka sun. Rex handpicked us from different clans to show a united Krogan. We were sent because we're the strongest.
Did Warlord Okeer imprint anything on you about the Rachni during your creation?
Okeer ensured I knew of the Rachni. They are respected as an enemy. Everyone thought they were dead, defeated by the Krogan. You proved that wrong. If they're here, my blood demands they die.
What happened to the scouting party?
Looks like something dropped half their camp down a hole. Their shuttle must have been lost as well. They weren't going anywhere. Doesn't matter. We're here to find the Rachni and burn them out.
All right, let's get going.
Finally. Right behind you, Shepard.
I'm a little bit concerned that we're gonna find some sort of like Rachni Reaper hybrid, and that seems bad. Shit. I can't do anything. I was not expecting that. I should have.
Everyone all right?
There were enough clues.
Shepard! You in one piece?
Yeah, I'm here.
Looks like we're all okay. Keep in radio contact.
On our way!
Well, hopefully I got everything I was supposed to up there. Oh, I will do the stretch. Since I just hydrated, yeah. Thank you. I'm doing good right now. Thank you, though. Just go ahead and save. All right. Give me... Explore tunnels. Where are the tunnels? I guess they're this way. I just needed a directional to orient myself.
Something up ahead.
I see it.
Yeah, there's... Oh,
Right. Got a body of a scout here. Been dead a few days.
Yeah, if he has his weapon, grab it. You won't need it anymore.
I know we've encountered Rachni before. And yet, at the same time, not thrilled about...
Whoa. Is that webbing?
Looks like it.
The spideriness of the Rachni. Yee.
Stay sharp, people.
There's water.
Everybody be ready.
I feel like I'm gonna see some like xenomorphs come after me, and I don't have my wonderful giant spray and pray guns from Aliens Fireteam Elite. But this environment feels very Aliens Fireteam Elite. No!
We've got movement.
Confirmed.
Yeesh. Well, apparently there was nothing back here. Spore pods! Thank you, no! Apparently they don't want to burn.
Damn it! Careful where you step.
Okay, this is like totally like 100% like those are like the alien the things that the freaking face huggers come out of. Am I wrong? Also, do I not have the flamethrower anymore? What happened to that? Did I lose it by switching away from it?
Some kind of pod ahead.
Why would they give me a gun that is meant to be used in this environment and then not let me switch away from it to my other guns and switch back to it? Did I like drop it on the ground? I did. I apparently dropped it on the ground. Well, at least we have figured that out while we're not in the middle of a battle, right? Now I know if I use a different gun, this one disappears, and I can pick it up later. Hey. This place is creepy. Literally, it is full of things that creep. Actually, it's not, I suppose. So maybe not literally. It just feels like it's full of things that creep. I don't want to have these things here. I really feel like I'm gonna have some face huggers coming after me real soon.
Note the wires, Shepard. Reaper technology.
Yeah, burn it all down. Just thankfully not pools of acid. Yeah, you should know.
We got company.
Light him up, Shepard.
On the four wall, Shepard. Is that Ragnar? Good eye.
I'm taking out the face hugger pods. Wait. Okay.
Those Rachni are just not right.
You could say that again.
Rachni presence confirmed. Modified and very dangerous.
Finally, something to kill.
Yes,
Nothing here
please.
yet. Lost a Krogan to a sinkhole. Bad way to go.
The nest has to be here. The significant amount of Reaper forces indicates we are on the right path.
Ay, ay, ay. Look at how many spore freaking pods there are. It definitely feels more like Alien than Starship Troopers. so many! Oh boy.
A barrier, Shepard.
Copy that.
Uh-huh.
How are we getting through this?
I mean, first, say goodbye to the webbing. Reaper node barrier.
More Reaper tech?
It was a locking mechanism.
Right? Uh-oh. I think we might have alerted them to our presence.
Anyone injured?
Looks like we're finding another way out of here. Come on.
What was that noise, Shepard? Sounded bad.
Did I?
David, we're all right.
Good. Didn't want to dig you out.
That hurts my feelings, Grunt.
I believe I said earlier in the stream that I was anticipating Reaper Rachni hybrids. I feel like I got what I was expecting. Ay, 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 so many more. Yee. I got disoriented
Shepard,
because
I know what happened to the scouts.
What did you find?
They got hit hard. The leader ordered them to carry weapons deep into the caves. He knew the next team would need help.
They died making sure we could make it to the central chamber. Come on.
okay, so the scouts brought weapons with them, knowing they would die, so that they could leave weapons for us. Lovely. Oh, crap. Ah. Remember how I said yesterday that I'm really not a spider person?
Looks like a last message. He's asked that it be delivered to an Asari named Ereba on the Citadel.
Oh no. I think we've seen that Asari on the Citadel. Is that where we're supposed to go? What about the water area? If that was the wrong way, I need to go back. I'm so turned around. Nothing in here. Alright, we've done the full circle here, but there's one path I have not tried back there. But there was also this down here. So what's this? Blocked by a boulder. Oh, that must be where we came from to start this area. I got it. Okay. But then how? I don't know. Never mind. It doesn't matter. That way's blocked. Which means there's only one way forward.
Another hall, Shepard.
Uh-huh.
Expect trouble.
Expect trouble. No kidding, James. Ah! Fart. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Let me get my rapid fire snapper rifle here, and let's take that damn thing out. You are not gonna chew on me, you frickin' husk.
Take that, sucker! Keep the pressure up.
All right, the battle music stopped, so I guess that was it. Although, I feel like more battle music started. I do not want to know what's in there. No way, no how. Holy crap. Alright. I hear bad guys, I couldn't see them.
We must be getting close, Shepard. Some heavy fighting. Tough bastards.
Captain,
It's fine. Krogan fight better angry.
I assume they'll give me another flamethrower when I need one. Either that or I'll backtrack and find it, but right now I like my weapons. I don't like the tunnels though. Thankfully I can't go in them. Gestation pods? Whoa! Swarmers! No! Crap! They really are going like full freaking alien, aren't they? Because these are actual facehugger pods. I love autosaves. I'm sure that the autosave does not indicate that things are about to get really freaky.
More of those little bastards!
I like that one. Yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Wondrously fine.
Favor highly toxic environments for breeding, but this atmosphere is breathable.
These don't look like regular Ragni. The Reapers must have changed them.
Wait, these are Reapni? Just gonna throw a save in here. We're fighting the Reapni now. Oh. So that's what you're supposed to do?
You know what? I think they're bringing an army of those things down here. It all adds up. They reproduce crazy fast, and out here, nobody will know until it's too late.
I agree. And they're throwing everything they've got at us so we don't reach the nest.
Interestingly, I think they want you to use the flamethrower, but the flamethrower lets the little beasties out. And if I don't use the flamethrower, and I just shoot the frack out of them instead, I never see the little creepy crawlies. Okay, maybe I do. Freaking face huggers. Why did there have to be face huggers? Why did there have to be face huggers? Yeesh. I do.
Hang on, Grunt. I'm on it.
看见深度线第八不过 no， 第线电瓶要么能行进去玩。I do not want to know what a freaking Xenomorph Krogan would be like.
There's the switch.
Come on.
Thanks, Shepard. That wasn't webbing stopping us. That was Reaper tech.
We ran into it too.
The Rachni have backed off for now, but they can smell our wounds. Any worthy enemy would regroup and finish us. Soon.
We're close, Grunt. Those barriers were protecting whatever's down that passage.
We'll dig in here, kill anything that moves. Buy you some time.
Good luck.
I don't need luck. I have ammo. Krogan, get ready!
Alright. Hey, we leveled up. That was less intense than I was expecting, but also really creepy.
Heads up.
Ah! No.
Watch your steps.
Burn it. Burn it. All down. Wait. You're not... You want me to... No! I'm crawling? There's no way this is a good idea. This was a short, narrow passage.
What is that?
Grunt, we've located the central chamber.
Good. We got your back, Shepard.
What?
Move it! Damn it!
Where's the switch?
Where is the switch? Aha.
This is it, people!
Oh, hi! So nice of you to, you know, join me on this lovely Sunday afternoon. Sunday in the caves with the cannibals. Certainly not the most well-known of Stephen Sondheim's works, but
Commander, over here.
yep. I am a-coming. I'm still running around looking for everything, though. I mean, don't think I'm not gonna loot the place just because we're under attack. Well, that's what happens when we push one of them buttons. Yeah. No, thank you. You can just say no. Or at least I'm just gonna say no.
They aren't letting up.
Stay focused.
Oh. Hi there. It's like there's one right here. Right here. I don't want to know what happens when the swarmers get to me. What's screaming at me?
The Rachni are backing off. Whatever spooked them won't last. Finish the job.
Okay. What is it? It's disgusting.
What the hell?
It's using the Krogan's corpse to speak.
Has ceased.
What are you?
The last queen. We listen for the children. They are silent. Although the machines come and take them to war. They die alone, silent, far away.
The Reapers did this to you?
The sour note of the machines is everywhere.
I let you go back in Noveria. You promised not to interfere anymore. The Rachni were supposed to
They got caught by the friggin' Reapers!
Remember, we kept our promise. Retreated back through the relay. We started a new home. Beautiful children.
Edie's really curious.
The machines came. They heard our song. Their shriek of sour notes drowned us out.
They can't hurt you anymore.
We understand.
Can you still feel the Reapers? Can they influence you?
We hear the machines, but they cannot control.
Don't feel the Reapers!
Remove this last shackle, and we are free. The children return. They will destroy us all. Really fast. We're getting movement here. A lot of movement.
Copy that, Grunt. Are you capable of fighting the Reapers?
We hate the machines. We will fight for our unborn children. Really fast.
She's a mess. She needs too much time to escape.
More cowbell needed.
Shepard, we're out of time. We stay here, Arlac Company dies. Is that clear?
Listen up. Arlac Company holds the Rachni off while the Queen escapes. We'll buy you some time. Grunt, fall back to our position and lead us out.
Damn you, Shepard! I'm leaving my team. On my way.
Commander!
That's an order. She's too valuable an asset to lose.
Wow, even Edie doesn't agree that we should save this Rachni Queen?
Now get us out of here.
This is a brave choice? Save the Queen? It was the right choice. But also, like, really hard, because so many spider vibes, and I just want to smoosh.
Shuttles down that path. I'll hold them off. Get out of here, Shepard!
Grunt? They're playing the Grunt's About to Die music.
My turn.
I mean, that is 1000% how Grunt would want to die.
Cortez, we're the last ones out.
Copy that, Commander. Shuttle is waiting.
Grunt!
Got something to eat.
Oh my god! Grunt lived!
I'm reviewing a report on the Rachni situation, Commander. This could have gotten complicated fast. I hope you know what you're doing, cutting a deal with the Rachni Queen. We got burned last time. I'm trusting your instincts, Commander.
We can count on her support, Ed.
Can't exterminate the entire species.
I hope so. But we cut the Reaper supply of new Rachni troops and picked up some additional Krogan support. I call that a victory. I've got to get back to it, Commander. Watch yourself out there. Hack it out.
Shepard, you made it out of there. Sounds like I missed a hell of a fight.
You did?
It was bloody, Rex. We could have used you.
Too busy talking rather than fighting. Feeling restless. A war going on and I'm stuck keeping the peace.
You should come fight with me.
Some kind of deal with the Rachni Queen. If they get out of hand again, it's your ass on the line.
Understood.
I heard Grunt managed to get out of there with a few scratches.
You could say that.
We'll get him patched up, back in the fight.
Good to hear.
I should get back to it. Keep me posted, Shepard.
Everybody's coming to see me this time.
Test verified. Results promising. Can synthesize for universal Krogan immunity.
Good. Then you can put your knife away.
The cure's ready?
No, still need transmission vector. Cure useless unless given to entire species.
You're usually full of ideas, but you altered the genophage before. There must be a way.
Of course, always possibilities. But time limited. Can't create new infection strain from scratch. Groundwater? No, too slow. Voluntary inoculation risky. Population too scattered for airborne. Unless... Wait, yes! The Shroud. Constant global dispersion of air particles. Built by Solarians to repair atmosphere of Tuchanka.
What?
Also used by Turian.
We used it to secretly spread the genophage virus. It ended the Krogan rebellions.
I'd be careful who you tell that to.
Sometimes I understand why the Krogan want to shoot everyone in sight.
Those were desperate times.
Yes, but useful now. Original genophage strain still in storage at Shroud facility. Can use it as transmission vector. Then use Shroud to blanket Tuchanka with cure.
You clever little pyjack. That's our best shot, right there.
Then finish your preparations and be ready to go, Warden.
Of course. Ready when you need me. We'll be in medbay with Eve until then.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Okay. Should we talk to Anderson? Oh. Hey, we've got some new alien assets. The Rachni workers. Not at all mindless insects, the Rachni are capable of feats of engineering comparable with any sentient species. While initially greeted with suspicion, the Rachni workers dispatched to the Crucible have integrated into the project smoothly. They work especially well on tasks that benefit from group work, and senior Crucible staff members are learning to trust the Rachni with more complex problems. Governor Grothon Paznez, the governor of the Batarian colony Kamala? I don't know. Attention, please. The Rachni allies requires us to open a new terrarium on the Normandy. Unsecured transfer of spooters will begin in 15 minutes. Ah! Evacuation recommended. Was outspoken in the early hours of the Reaper assault, blaming the Alliance for the destruction of Batarian comm buoys that were, in fact, destroyed by the Reapers. Now liberated from his world, the governor has undergone a dramatic conversion. His daily extranet videos rally his formerly conservative xenophobic subjects to embrace the Citadel species as brothers and sisters in arms. Unlike many Batarian politicians, he also avoids micromanaging military affairs, content with inspirational tasks and the logistical nightmare of providing urgently needed relief to Batarian refugees. Somehow that doesn't ring true to reality. Alliance assets. Alliance Spec Ops Team Delta. Half of Team Delta's officers have an N5 designation, with a few N6 soldiers in the ranks. They specialize in conflicts outside Citadel space. Delta is known for strict admission standards, professionalism on high-stakes missions, and the Alliance's loudest parties. When asked how senior staff looks at their off-duty rowdiness, Captain Matthew Brown was quoted saying, "After the shit we went through in the Terminus systems, they're just happy we're not burning down the base." Alliance cruiser Shanghai. The Shanghai's most important part in the Reaper War to date was the evacuation of the colony Ukbar. Alliance intel reported Reaper forces headed toward Ukbar, but as a cruiser, the Shanghai was unable to land on the medium-gravity world. The Shanghai's captain quickly dispatched all its shuttles to help transport hundreds of colonists onto the ship. Making over 41 shuttle runs in a single hour, the Shanghai managed to evacuate the entire remaining population when Reaper forces arrived. Ukbar's capital city was as empty as if it had never been inhabited at all. Alliance Naval Exploration Flotilla. In peacetime, the Alliance's Naval Exploration Flotilla is used as a survey force to chart out new systems. The NEF came under fire in 2185 when several dozen service people were charged with withholding information on rich mining deposits in order to sell the locations to the exploration firm Baria Frontiers. The Alliance attempted to hide the controversy to little avail, as more and more officers were indicted. Eager to bury its shady history, the NEF has dedicated its entire flotilla and material resources to constructing the Crucible. Eden Prime support. Eden Prime is an agrarian world producing millions of tons of food that is sold to less arable planets. The Alliance has set up supply lines from this colony to funnel excess provisions to its troops. Updated. A few researchers who studied Prothean technology on Eden Prime avoided capture by Cerberus. They forwarded copies of their work to the Alliance, hoping it can help build the Prothean device found on Mars. Updated. Although its military defenses were seriously damaged by the Cerberus invasion, Eden Prime's remaining government has loaned the Alliance several Athabasca-class supply freighters. Updated, Eden Prime's colonists drove Cerberus away from their system entirely. With its shipping lanes secure, the colony is sending out as many supplies and equipment as it can spare. The Crucible. Prothean data files. These Prothean disks were found years ago on Eden Prime, recovered a few months before the discovery of the Prothean beacon in 2183. For years, the data on the disks was incomprehensible, until the Crucible's blueprints provided the key to understanding the equations. Locked inside the disks were theories on dark matter meant to be used with the Crucible's main power source. And the Krogan. Grunt. The perfect Krogan was thrown into the world without a past, a name, or a cause. After destroying the Collectors with Commander Shepard, Grunt returned to Tuchanka to learn what it meant to be Krogan. After countless arguments and brawls, the clans have granted Grunt a modicum of acceptance. Though wary and cunning, the young Krogan knows this experience will pay off now that it's time to fight the Reaper's forces. We're still not to the minimum of strength yet, but that's fine. It's fine. It's all good. The HoloVidcom is behind us. We'll take the call and then start winding down, I think.
Shepard, so I imagine by now you've wiped the galaxy clean of Reapers and we can all come up for air?
Not quite. There have been a few complications.
Aren't there always? Hackett filled me in on the Crucible. Sounds like you've got some knots to untangle.
But you're still alive! You stayed on Earth and you're still alive!
I'm just glad I could take care of one of them for you. I gather you and Kaylee Sanders were close.
I owe you for that one, Shepard. Kaylee and I met almost 20 years ago. We even had a run-in with Saren in his early days. She and I were more than close.
I wonder if that's in the novels.
I miss her. End of the world has a way of reminding you what you forgot to do. Maybe when the war's over, Kaylee and I will do something about that.
You'll see her soon.
I can hope. But you've got a bigger problem right now. Like a galaxy full of scared bureaucrats.
It's part of the job.
That's what you hired me to do.
Mostly you were hired to kill Reapers. I hope you haven't been sidetracked by all the politics.
Nothing I can't handle. What
Although
about
I've
you?
been running
What's
from
happening
Reapers
over
more than killing them.
I'll spare you the details. But let's just say a lot of cities around the world have stopped checking in.
That bad?
You and I knew what we were in for, but everyone else? I don't think the shock's worn off yet.
Are you safe?
That changes by the hour. I caught a shuttle evac out of Vancouver, and now we're running from foxhole to foxhole just trying to stay alive.
What about the Reapers?
They're harvesting everything that moves. They're focusing on the big cities, which does give us some room to maneuver.
You think you can hang on?
Hell, we're still just trying to talk to each other. Right now, all we can do is organize the resistance at a local level. No lack of volunteers, at least. Everybody knows what's at stake.
I don't know how we'll win this yet, but we will. Even if it kills me.
Well, you already...
Hi, Elaki!
That didn't slow you down. But let's not tempt fate. Keep yourself safe, Shepard.
You too, sir.
We'll talk
Oh, is
again
Anderson
soon.
Space Dad?
Anderson out.
I'm glad to see that he's still alive. Even though he's still on Earth. Okay, oh dear. And we did some leveling. I could bump throw to 5. I used throw quite a bit. So I probably will do that. Increase force and damage by 50%, or reset the recharge time after a biotic combo detonates. I went with force and damage. Alright. Got some new codex entries. The Shroud. What the Krogan call the Shroud is a technological remnant of the Solarian Uplift. After Tuchanka's nuclear war released tons of smoke and dust into the atmosphere, the planet temporarily cooled from global dimming, except at the poles, where the albedo was lowered by soot. As clouds trapped the resulting heat, enormous swaths of permafrost melted, releasing methane captured in clathrates from previous millennia. This potent greenhouse gas created a runaway heat cycle that was called the nuclear summer. Without intervention, Tuchanka would have sunk into a slow but certain mass extinction. The Solarian solution was to assemble the Shroud, a permanent sunshield of trillions of tiny diffractory lenses placed at the L1 Lagrange point, the point in space where the lens's naturally stable orbit would shade the planet. The Solarians settled on a delivery method that became known as the Shroud Towers. The towers were essentially enormous coil guns that could fire a payload of lenses into space, along with the equipment necessary to monitor the payload's trajectories. Many Krogan warlords enthusiastically approved of the plan, some because they believed in saving their homeworld, but most because they saw future military applications for the Shroud Towers. The Shroud was completed on schedule over the next few decades, by which time the Rachni held the warlords' full attention. The Krogan rebellions were not kind to the Shroud Towers. All but one was destroyed during the push for Krogan demilitarization. The remaining tower, often referred to as the Shroud, even though that is technically incorrect, was repurposed for cloud seeding and atmospheric repair. It remains on the landscape as an anachronism, a symbol of a time when Krogan and Solarians helped themselves by aiding one another. We have not seen Kaidan this entire episode, and I'm proud of us for not absolutely breaking down over that. Omega reclaimed. Omega's secrets. Arya T'Loak. A powerful biotic, Arya T'Loak has been the sole ruler of Omega for some time. Rumored to be at least 1,000 years old, she is as skilled at combat and the use of her biotic abilities as she is at manipulation and power games. Ruthless, highly intelligent, and dedicated to maintaining her rule over Omega, Arya is a force to be reckoned with. Though recent events have seen Cerberus take over Omega and send Arya into exile, there is no doubt that Arya will do everything within her power to reclaim what is hers. Cerberus' occupation of Omega. The elusive man's plan to capture Omega was elegantly wrought. Experimental specimens called adjutants escaped from a Cerberus facility beyond the Omega-4 mass relay, took command of a Cerberus convoy, and arrived on Omega to wreak havoc. With more adjutants incoming, Cerberus reached out to Arya T'Loak, claiming it needed her to help stop its wayward test subjects. Reluctantly offering her own forces in an alliance, Arya joined Cerberus's General Oleg Petrovsky aboard his ship to oversee the battle. When the adjutants overran the Cerberus Omega fleet, Petrovsky and Arya escaped through the Omega-4 relay. However, Petrovsky's subordinate Colonel Raymond Ash had remained behind on Omega to take control of the station's defenses while Cerberus reinforcements approached. Announcing that it was protecting the galaxy from the adjutant threat, Cerberus seized Omega, giving the elusive man full control of the Omega-4 relay and the space beyond. Without Arya to keep them in line, the various criminal and mercenary factions on the station erupted, fighting both Cerberus ground troops and each other. Meanwhile, Arya was taken captive by General Petrovsky. Realizing that the adjutants had simply been a ruse to capture Omega, Arya managed to escape back to Omega, slipping away into its underbelly to organize a resistance force. Eventually, Petrovsky ordered the Cerberus forces to evacuate the station, but this was yet another ruse, this time to lure Arya out of hiding. With his troops out of harm's way, Petrovsky summoned a massive Cerberus fleet and presented Arya with an ultimatum: leave Omega or lose it. Petrovsky threatened to destroy the station rather than lose control, and with no alternative, Arya left, vowing she would return to claim Omega and take her revenge. Military strategist, Cerberus, General Oleg Petrovsky. I'm going to finish this entry and then we will figure out where we're going to raid to. Carrie-Anne Moss voicing Arya with sublime casting. The voice does work really well for the character. Military strategist and classical scholar General Oleg Petrovsky is one of the elusive man's most respected operatives. This is part of why I can't keep going, because I can't speak. You made it. It's great that you were able to stop in, Tony. It's good to see you. As a corporal in the First Contact War, Petrovsky was forced to take command of his unit and proved his tactical brilliance by holding off repeated Turian attacks for weeks. The war ended before his position was overrun, but not before Petrovsky had witnessed firsthand the brutality of the Turian war machine. Despite being praised and promoted for his bravery, Petrovsky eventually found more common ground with Cerberus than the Alliance military. Since leading the campaign to seize Omega, Petrovsky has proven to be a capable, if firm administrator who is focused on containing or eliminating unstable elements before they threaten Cerberus's occupation of the station. Okay. I don't know exactly what I should do to practice so that my tongue doesn't get quite so tied after 3 hours of constant talking. But it doesn't matter. I am going to pop us to the credit screen. We're going to have some music, and we're going to figure out where we're going to raid. I do want to say thank you so very much to everybody who joined today. I'm enjoying the game. I was really frustrated with running around and being chased away from everywhere by Reapers, but we managed to do a mission. We've saved the Rachni Queen. Whether that's good or not, who knows? And I'm still really, really enjoying this game. I think next week we will continue trying to side quest. And eventually Kaidan will show up again and we'll be able to have... but in the meantime, I have a couple of thank yous to say today. First, Pika Champion, thank you for the follow. I believe that happened right at the end of stream yesterday. Also, thank you to this 16 by Tarek person who cheered 1,000 bits at the beginning of the stream. It's really appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you to Was Not Worth It for being a subscriber over on Coffee. And thank you, Rykar01, for the massive coffee donation before stream today. That got 100% of the goal that I had on Coffee. I'm going to have to figure out what the new goal is going to be. So there will be some changes in stream setup coming at some point in the future once I manage to actually order a desk and whatnot. But it's B. Ideric. Got it. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. It is always a pleasure having you all stop by. I love seeing you when you pop into chat. And I appreciate everybody who just comes and sort of hangs out and lurks, has it on in the background, and listens to me read every single piece of lore in the entire freaking game. I think I probably should put a tag on my stream about that at some point. Anyway, thank you for the recommendation, Elaki. I'm not certain. I haven't actually looked to see. I did hear that D&D, or Disco Does D&D, was coming back, and so I wasn't sure if they were back today or not. Plus, wow, compared to yesterday, there's a bazillion people on right now that I follow. And everybody's playing Cult of the Lamb, which is a good new game. Anyway, I don't know. I did. Thank you to the mods. I do think we're going to pop over to Disco Does D&D. I just prefer to go somewhere where I am already familiar with them than immediately accepting a recommendation. That said, I will make a note of the recommendation, and possibly they might be a raid option in the future. That is a possibility. And you've added Cult of the Lamb to the wheel now too. Okay. It is definitely not the type of game I typically play, but I'm willing to give it a try. So let me go ahead and set up that raid. I will say once again, thank you to everybody for being here today. There we go. I'm live next tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be continuing with some Psychonauts. And then the plan tomorrow is to raid over to Q Times for the Stream Punks as normal for a Monday. Coming up on Wednesday, we'll have some Geology Archives materials. So if you're interested in geology or archives or just want to hang out, you should stop by for that. Saturday is Ultima 6, where we will most likely unlock the Shrine of Spirituality this coming Saturday. And then we'll be back here next Sunday, same time, for more Mass Effect 3 as part of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Yeah, thank you, everybody.